Hey guys, we're back. More Jets Pats. Take it away, Brian.
All right, so everybody knows about the trash talking and everything, but what I think is going to be the key for this game, it has nothing to do with anything that the Patriots do. It's what the Jets do. The first thing is the defense. They got Cromartie and they got Revis, but what they tend to do is just have them on the outside constantly. What you need to do is, you have to put Revis on, Aaron Hernandez, or you need to put him on Welker. You can't just have him cover Branch the whole game, because then Brady's just going to be like, all right, I don't need Branch. I got 4 other targets,
Yeah, but that's what the Patriots do so well. They shift everybody. I mean, last game, if you saw when the Patriots absolutely destroyed them, 45-3 or whatever, you saw Revis and Algie Crumpler a couple downs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the Patriots are great at shifting at the line, and they're really quick at shifting at the line. Brady's great, the best under pressure. He's great at audibles, calls audibles all the time. So it leaves Revis and Cromartie in a difficult position. But
the Jets safeties aren't the greatest.
No, and they lost Jim Leonard too, and Jim Leonard was their anchor as a safety, and they lost him for the season, and so that was a major blow for the Jets. But I think Darrelle Revis and Antonio Cromartie. I'd put Cromartie on Branch, and I'd try my best and put Revis on Welker.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be their best.
But the only thing is that what do you do about the Patriots tight ends?
You just have to deal with it. I mean, the Patriots just have too many weapons. That's the thing. Rex Ryan's going to have to think of something, and that was the problem last time they met. There's just too many weapons there, and then you look at Danny Woodhead, who absolutely destroyed him. That was great. Even if you're not a Pats or Jets fan, to see Danny Woodhead come back and destroy Rex Ryan. There's just too much weapons.
I see Gronkowski having a huge game.
I do too. Gronkowski's emerged as one of the top tight ends in the AFC.
I can see him with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he gets 2 touchdowns almost every game. And another thing is
Brandon, he has like 10
Brandon Spikes is back for defense too. He's been gone for 4 weeks. Patriots going to integrate him back into the defense.
I don't think he's going to play the whole game, but he's going to be in there.
Yeah, he'll be back. At least some more experience there. Some more different matchups.
Devin McCourty too.
Devin McCourty?
Yeah, he's really key too.
Who would you put McCourty on? Would you put him on Holmes or Edwards?
I say mix it up.
If you had to shut down one guy, would you shut down Holmes or Edwards?
Holmes.
I go Holmes too.
But the only thing is, Holmes made that drop last week that made him look pretty bad.
Yeah, but Holmes had that experience. He's had one of the best catches.
He's not looking that great. But then again, is Edwards really looking that great either?
No. I think Edwards is more the deep threat. Santonio Holmes is more the go-to guy, more slants. I think you're going to have to put Devin McCourty on Santonio Holmes. Let Braylon Edwards do that dumb stuff that he always does, drop the passes. Throw Arrington on Edwards. Let him just go. Keep McCourty on Santonio. And that's really going to give Sanchez problems, because Santonio usually plays on Mark Sanchez's eye level. And if he has to go across the field, that's going to give him more problems. I think Mark Sanchez is going to be flustered this whole game, really. I think Patriots D is going to step up.
Mark Sanchez is the key to the
Mark Sanchez is the key.
If he throws one interception or fumbles the ball once, the Patriots are going to win.
I think a lot's going to say for the Jets, if they come out and Mark Sanchez really is rusty at the beginning, I think that's going to be huge. If Mark Sanchez comes back and can put the Jets on his shoulders and really start showing no pressure, I think that's going to be scary for the Patriots as the game goes along.
The Jets need to have either a +2 or more turnover differential to win this game, because if you give the Patriots the ball, they're going to capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And also, if you give the Patriots the ball in the red zone, that's points you lost.
Yeah.
So either way, it's a lose-lose, and the Patriots are known for doing that.
Yeah, another factor is a couple of weeks ago when Brady was just playing non-stop, he was just under fire. He's been off for 2.5 weeks now with no snaps, really, in real live game action. I think maybe if he's a little rusty, I don't think it'll be the end of the world, but I think that's the time for the Jets.
He won't be rusty.
I think that's the time for the Jets to step up. They played last week. I think Mark Sanchez he has that game under his belt for this year. Just come out strong. If Mark Sanchez comes out rusty, the Jets have no shot, really.
How many times has Tom Brady taken a whole week off of practice and come back out and look like the greatest thing in the world?
I don't know.
So, I'm not worried about Brady at all.
Brady, what did Rex Ryan say? He's not good in cold weather? Tom Brady's the greatest cold weather quarterback ever in sports. In football, I mean. Tom Brady.
Sports?
Yes. In football, I think Tom Brady. No bias here, but I think Tom Brady's the greatest cold weather quarterback there is, and I think so. Tom Brady.
One of the greatest quarterbacks ever lived.
Raiders are one. Spike it.
Yeah. Talk rule.
All right.
I'm going to say Patriots take this one pretty easily. I'm going to say it's 41-28.
Oh, I don't think it'll be easy. I think it's going to be Pats by 11, 28-17.
All right. Moving on to viewer questions, we got a question from Ray from South Beach. He asked you guys, which defensive core is better? Baltimore with Nagata, Lewis,
Nada.
or Terrell Suggs. Pittsburgh.
Terrell sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I'm
does.
sorry. Patriots.
Nada, Lewis,
We'll get
Suggs.
into it. Okay. Or Pittsburgh, Hampton, Harrison, Farrier, Palomalu, and Woodley.
I think out of those guys, one guy who's very underrated is Haloti Nada.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's a defensive stud. He's a defensive tackle.
I don't know how he's so fast.
I don't know either.
He's like 350 pounds, but he runs faster than...
And do you see Kelly Bragg last week, too? He's like a huge 450-pound fat guy. That guy can run pretty good for his size, too. Nada is one of the best defensive players in this game. Throw Revis and Ed Reed, who are a little bit older now. But, that experience is still there. Terrell Suggs, I think...
You don't even mention Jared Allen?
What?
You don't want to mention Jared Allen as one of the top defensive
player? Yeah, Clay Matthews is there. Terrell Revis is there, too. But I think Haloti is just right up there with all four of those guys. And I think Ed Reed, Ray Lewis with that experience. The one thing that's... but I do think Pittsburgh has the better D, and that's because of their secondary. I know... Ed Reed's back there, DeJuan Landry's back there, but those corners, Josh Wilson and Chris Carr and Ladarius Webb, I don't think they're getting it done as much. And I think Troy Polamalu, who's actually the better safety better than Ed Reed. And I think altogether with the experience,
I don't know about that one.
I think Pittsburgh has the better defense.
I think I like Ed Reed a little more than Polamalu.
I think Ed Reed had a massive shot last week.
That was awesome. I loved
Who was that on?
I
forget. That was just a massive shot, but
I can't remember.
Troy Polamalu, this guy plays with heart. I hate this guy more than anybody. But did you ever see him jump over? He's actually timing the quarterback snap count now. He's actually jumping over the offensive line and getting to the quarterback for sacks like that. He almost did that. He did that with Chris Johnson earlier this year. And I think Ed Reed might be the better true safety, true stay back there safety, hard hitting safety. But I think better player altogether is Troy Polamalu, and I think better defense altogether. I really like Ravens core, but I'll go Pittsburgh State.
I guess we'll find out after this week.
Yeah, we will.
Because I'm torn. I really don't know. That's the whole reason why I really wasn't sure I was going to go with in this game, because I don't know which defense I like better. And it's going to come down to the defense.
I think it's going to come down to the offense.
Well, it's going to come down to the offense, but I mean...
I'll take Big Ben. I'll take Big Ben and Rashard Mendenhall over Ray Rice and Joe Flacco any day.
But...
what defense do you like better?
I don't know.
No?
I really don't know.
See.
I want to say Pittsburgh, but Baltimore just...
Who would you pick out of all those guys the best defensive player? I think mine... James Harrison won Defensive Player of the Year last year. I think mine, too, would be either Nada or Polamalu. They're the both defensive studs right there.
I'd have to go with Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis, experience.
I know he's a little bit older now. He's not as great as he was, but
that guy plays with some heart. Seriously, still.
He's like the Teddy Bruschi of their team.
Yeah.
So, even when Teddy Bruschi, after he came back from the stroke, he wasn't the same, but he was still a force out there.
Yeah, Ray Lewis is a force still.
So
still pumps his crowd team up before the game. Still.
I think I like the combination of Ed Reed and Ray Lewis together.
Yeah,
better.
That's scary.
That's the one thing that just sticks out.
That's just scary for opposing offenses.
And Nada.
Next question. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Question number dose. Jackie from Dallas asked, "What was more shocking, New Orleans loss or Seattle win?"
I'll go Seattle's win. New Orleans losing was shocking, especially to Seattle after they were defensive Super Bowl champions. But I think the one thing is the Saints running game. The Saints running game, they lost Pierre Thomas, and now it's just Julius Jones and Reggie Bush. Last
I don't see Reggie Bush as a running back. Really.
No,
I see him more as just a receiver.
I think that was the big problem. The guy Julius Jones led that team in rushing last week with 44 yards. That guy wasn't getting it done, and it was surprising to see New Orleans go, but it's definitely surprising to see Seattle win that game.
I'm not shocked at all that New Orleans lost.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to go anywhere. They just...
Why?
I don't think they're the same team that they were last year. They lost Pierre Thomas, who was a big part of their game.
Yeah.
So that takes out not only the run game, but the play action.
And I think Drew Brees had a much worse year this year.
He had a worse year, and I don't think their defense was as good.
He still finished third in passing.
Yeah, it's obviously a solid player, but I mean, last year you could even make the argument that he was the best quarterback in the game, over Brady, over Manning, over anybody.
But I mean, Manning helped him stay up there, in third in passing because he was horrible. So that
Manning's second in passing.
Yeah, I know, but
and then it was.
It just makes him look better. So, but yeah. So I'm not shocked at all. I'm shocked that Seattle beat the defending Super Bowl champions.
Yeah. You're going with Seattle?
That just blows my mind. So.
Yeah.
But then again, how do they even host?
I don't know.
It's your classic underestimation of a team that, wasn't so good.
Well, I mean, we both said that they had a chance to win, but we didn't really give it too much thought.
No, I actually said I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle won.
Yeah, you did.
You said you made fun of me for thinking that.
No. I mean, I said they had a shot, but I honestly
didn't. I honestly never. I
never thought this was going to happen.
I never saw that coming. I thought maybe halftime, very close or something like that, and then Seattle. Then the Saints would take it, but just to have it 24-17 at halftime.
I thought Seattle would give them a run, but I didn't think it was going to be anything.
I think it was just going to come down to the experience with Drew Brees, and I thought that was going to be the really X factor in this game. But I said that Seattle 12th man in the field, that was great. Those fans are great. That team has had a lot of heart. I think they can just pull out that win. It was a solid win.
Our producer called it.
What?
He told me he called Seattle.
All right.
So we'll give him some
cares?
credit for that. Yeah. All right. Other stories.
We had a poor showing in record last week, Brian.
Yeah, 1-3 each.
Yeah. Don't even mention that.
All right.
That was our worst showing.
Yeah, producer, cut that.
All right. Moving on. Auburn defeats Oregon 22-19 on Wes Bynum's field goal. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, Cam Newton. I mean, he was held in check, but Michael Dyer.
He fumbled it twice, didn't he? They lost one of the. I think they got one of the fumbles back,
But the main guy in this thing was Michael Dyer, 149 yards in the ground. This guy had a great run at the end of the fourth quarter. This was a great game the whole way. And I mean, these two, they're both best offenses in the country. Jaron Thomas had a great game. What's his name? Mal had a solid game as receiving. But Auburn, this is their year. Cam Newton was all this whole year. This guy was tremendous. Won the Heisman. Too much Cam Newton this year. All that side stuff, off the field stuff. He battled through that with his dad, and still came back and poured it on the field. Tremendous year for Cam Newton. I think this was a great story, and I think Auburn deserved to win.
I think this game as a whole was one of the more boring games.
Yeah.
But when it came down to the last 5 minutes,
yeah, the fourth quarter was solid.
Great.
I mean, the first quarter there was no points.
There was
first half there was
I think three
points.
lead changes in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was solid. It was solid. Jeff Mal had a sick catch in the end zone for really close. I thought I was going to put Oregon on top, but Auburn, Michael Dyer and Cam Newton really had a great last drive, and Byram or whatever.
The defensive line was great too.
It was just a solid win for Auburn, and they deserved it. Yeah. Michael Dyer, great offensive
We don't usually do college, but this deserved it.
All right, moving on. We have less than 2 minutes left in the segment, but will the Panther? Do you guys think the Panthers will take Nick Fairley first? Who wants to take
I think after watching him,
he's a complete beast. And Ndamukong Suh out of Nebraska, I thought there wasn't going to be another one of him. Nick Fairley's the closest thing to it. Carolina really got tough luck with it, losing Andrew Luck. I used another poem with luck, but losing Andrew Luck, that was tough. I think Jimmy Clausen's going to be their guy. I don't think they're going to go quarterback. I think that'd be too high to get at Cam Newton. Jake Locker's really fallen down. I think Nick Fairley, a defensive stud. And actually Carter was really good in that Auburn line too. That defensive line was great. Tons of sacks. But Nick Fairley, this guy is just dominating.
I would love to see the Patriots trade up to get him. Because, they
got a pretty good guy, Vince Wilfork.
Yeah, but he's getting older.
He's 29.
Yeah, but
relax.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything.
No.
You don't really hear about Wilfork that much anymore.
Wilfork? He's a defensive stud. He's the best defensive tackle in the game.
I just don't see it anymore.
The guy's a Pro Bowler.
He's a Pro Bowler, but he's not the same.
No, he's dominating. He's not a pass rushing defensive tackle. A 3-4 defense. What you want to do is you want to clog that offensive line. He's not a Nick Fairley guy with a guy who's going. He's not an Ndamukong.
I just love to see that on the Patriots.
He's the guy he's a 450-pound guy. He's just clogging up that offensive line. He's not going to barrel people down. He's just going to hold everybody in.
His presence is what's making him good right now, not his plays really.
I disagree completely. But
All right.
you know, I think the Panthers.
All right.
with
20 seconds.
Whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's a draft pick, and we don't even know what's going to happen. So
It's done. All right. So we have more on the way. Not a lot other than football, but stay tuned.